Yo, it's Trivelli. I'm back, and after going 2-4 against the spread last week, including a quarterback injury and a couple bad beats, we are here to correct what we have done wrong. We are going to smash for easy cash, and I'm going to be giving you guys some plays to get back on the right side of things. So if you can, please like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get this channel out to as many people as possible. Also, follow me on Instagram and Twitter so you get my daily notifications for when I'm dropping videos, which is going to be Monday through Friday, because I'm never slacking. Now let's jump into the action.
I'm living life like this. Maybe give a little glimpse, maybe give a little glimpse.
So I've got 7 plays for you guys this week. I'm hoping that we can hit, all of them, but at least after being 22-19 against the spread this season, we need to get back on the right track, guys. Let's get started. We've got Cincinnati versus Tulane. Now, the reason I like Cincinnati here, minus 24.5 on the road at Tulane, in a team that's played pretty well against some top-tier opponents like Oklahoma, even though they had Spencer Rattler, I'm going to go with Cincinnati beating the spread simply because it seems like Michael Pratt, who is a very talented starting quarterback for Tulane. Mark my words, this kid is only a freshman. He's from my hometown of Boca Raton, so shout out Michael Pratt. But he just had a nasty hit last week with a concussion, so it looks like he may miss this game through concussion protocol because he was absolutely donezo after that play last week. So if he is out, he is 16 touchdowns removed from this offense in the passing game. And I think that although they still have a half-decent running game, giving 150 yards per game, it's not going to be enough to supplement. If they don't have Pratt in this game, take Cincinnati, but make sure you do it as soon as possible because the lines will adjust the second that they know that Pratt is out. Moving on, we have UMass and Liberty. Okay, I like Liberty here, minus 36. It's another big line where I like the favored team. Liberty at home here, coming off 2 really bad performances. They nearly lost to North Texas. They did lose to ULM, Louisiana Monroe. This is a game where I think that Malik Willis has a major bounce back game, and I kind of went through the scores and battled this in my head. There's a lot of conflicting interests on this because it's a 36-point spread. There's minimal room for error. If one player gets injured like Malik Willis on Liberty, you're pretty much screwed, but I don't think that's going to happen. Obviously, you can't bet that way. I believe that Liberty is going to put up at least 45 in this, and a big stat to look at here is UMass's games on the road this year have been absolutely abysmal for them. At Pitt, 51-7, at Coastal Carolina, 53-3, at FSU, 59-3. Now, I think that at Liberty, they may be able to put up 10 points, but trust me when I say that Malik Willis will put up a minimum of 48 in this game. Moving on, we have UTEP versus FAU. I like the over in this game, guys. It's 47.5. UTEP is 6-1, 3-0 in the conference. They're playing for their conference lives. Florida Atlantic, obviously, kind of an up and down season. They're 4-3 with 2-1 in the conference, where they got skunked by UAB, but they've won against Charlotte and FIU. Now, at home, FAU is almost unbeatable. They're on like a 9 or 10 game win streak, I think, at home right now, maybe even 11 at this point. And they're only giving up 21 points a game, and UTEP's only giving up 19. So I can understand where you'd say, okay, these are 2 good defensive teams going head to head. I do not care how good UTEP's defense is, how good they think their defense is. FAU at home is built to score points. I think that FAU's offense is going to put up at least 35 in this game, and if they do, you're already mostly there. You just need 14 from UTEP. I do believe that this is going to be a kind of a close game, maybe even a shootout, if you will. I'm going to think 35-27 FAU, or maybe 35-17, but either way, you should be able to cover 47.5, hit the over. Georgia versus Florida. Guys, is there really much to look at here? They're minus 14. I like Georgia. Florida actually had a double-digit win versus Georgia last year, and I think that this is really going to fire up Kirby and get their guys fired up, saying, look, if we lose this game versus Florida, we could very easily miss the playoff. This is a must-win versus Florida. Obviously, they have their quarterback issues with Emory Jones and Richardson, and their coach, Mullen, doesn't really know what to do. So I just think that they're a mess, Florida, coming off of a game where they gave up 49 to LSU, and they're not going to put up anywhere near 42 versus Georgia. I could see Florida scoring anywhere between 14 to 21 if there's some field goals mixed in, maybe 17. But I think that Georgia is going to be far superior in the offensive line and defensive line. So I expect Georgia to run away with this game just from a defensive standpoint alone. If they hold Florida to like 14, I definitely think they can score 35, 45-38 against Florida, where they just gave up 49 against LSU. Okay, let's move on. We've got Middle Tennessee here. I'm going to be taking them with 13.5 over Southern Miss. I like that. Take the over on Middle Tennessee here. I don't want to jump into it too much. Just know that Southern Miss is one of the worst teams in the nation, really. They give up 28 points a game. They only score 14. It's a horrible point differential, and they've done this for some really poor talent. I understand Middle Tennessee is a terrible defensive team giving up 29 a game, but I don't think they give up more than 21 in this one, and I think they will be able to score 38 versus an abysmal Southern Miss team that literally can't get their offense to stay on the field, and they cannot get their defense off the field. So I think Middle Tennessee rolls in this one. Give me Middle Tennessee by at least 14, and you should cover. I like Kentucky here, minus 1.5 on the road at Mississippi State. This is huge because if this game goes to overtime, which I could easily see this being one of those bizarre overtime battles that Mike Leach has been a part of in the past, I think that Kentucky only being a 1.5 point favorite plays in your favor with the overtime, because if a team doesn't get the 2-point conversion, there is no extra points in overtime, and you could actually cover the spread by 1.5 if they do win in a 2-point overtime scenario. And I'm just going to take Kentucky here on the road at Mississippi State. My final pick of the day is going to be Nevada. Okay, they're playing one of the worst teams in the nation in UNLV at home. I like Strong a lot. I think he's an incredible quarterback. These guys, from a Nevada offensive perspective, when you have Daubs running and you have Strong throwing darts, I just don't see anybody on UNLV being able to stop this. Yes, they screwed us on a spread recently, but we're going to come back against UNLV hard here. They're 0-7, 0-3 in the conference. Nevada coming off of a bone-crushing loss, and UNLV is obviously on a massive losing streak where they have bone-crushing loss after bone-crushing loss after bone-crushing loss, all within like one score. I think that the camel's back finally breaks here, and they play a true to themselves terrible game. They're going to get shellacked in this one. I think that Nevada just runs up 49 to 51 points in this game. And am I expecting UNLV to score 28? I really am not. So I'm going to have to take Nevada here, guys. And those are my picks for today. Let's go 7-0 this week, maybe 5-2 at the worst, but I need us to get back on track. All right, guys? Games to smash, easy cash. If you can, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all soon. Peace.
I'm living life like this. Maybe give a little glimpse, maybe give a little glimpse.